Hey y'all, welcome back. No nonsense financial coach here. More bad news. We had to let our accountant go at work today. She brought some brownies in and she spilled them all over the balance sheets. And that was when we discovered that she was fudging the numbers. Hope you really enjoyed that one. All right, 5 more tips on how to save money. I changed ties. Do you like it? This is straight out of the 70s. Oh, don't want to cover the stormtrooper. Okay, so tip numero uno. Um, Shop around for insurance, for your car insurance, for your life insurance. Well, maybe not life insurance. You don't want to be changing the policies a bunch, but all your insurance, renters insurance, homeowners insurance, primarily car insurance. We switched ours about a year and a half ago, and it saved us $175 a month. And I was blown away by that. We switched from one company to another one, and I'd never shopped around for insurance, and like I said, it saved us a ton of money. I'm actually right now getting bothered by a different insurance company to review just our insurance rates, and probably going to go through with that and see if maybe we can save a little bit more. So shop around for insurance. Number two, and this one's a little different, but and it might apply more to people that live in like tight knit neighborhoods. We live up in the mountains, and we kind of do this to some extent, but share like big ticket items amongst neighbors. So like power tools. Not everybody within a neighborhood block needs to own a leaf blower and a weed eater and an edger and a push mower and all these different power tools that people have. Maybe yours goes bad and you've got a neighbor that's got one that works just fine. Maybe you can say, hey, I'll keep fueling it for you and buy you trimming string. Can I just kind of borrow yours or rent yours? And do that with all these different things. Tell your neighbor that has a leaf blower, hey, I'll do all the maintenance on it if I can use it every once in a while. There's other things too that you could get creative with this. Not everybody needs a trampoline in their backyard. Maybe you're thinking about buying one, but you've got a neighbor that has one and says, hey, maybe we can split the cost on a new mat for it. And, would you mind if my kids came over once a week and jumped on it? If you have a neighbor that's got a swimming pool, not everybody in a neighborhood needs a swimming pool. They're super expensive to put in, they're super expensive to maintain. And maybe what you do is say, hey, I'll buy you a bucket of chlorine and I'll come over every couple of days and test the pool for you and help you maintain it. Can my kids, can my family come over and use your pool? And there's all kinds of different things that you could do with this. Just there's I don't even know, different kind of big ticket items that people have that maybe you could get away with sharing. And maybe it's a back and forth thing. Maybe you're the one with the edger and the weed eater, and your neighbor's got the leaf blower and the lawnmower, and you just mutually share. And we kind of do that up here in the mountains. Not everybody's got a chainsaw. I have some friends that come and borrow our chainsaw every once in a while. Floor jacks, work on vehicles a lot, engine hoists. We all just kind of share that stuff. Not every one of us needs to own every single one of these things. So look for big ticket items that you can share. Number three, this is the big one. Ditch cable. A couple years ago, we were looking at the numbers, and cable was getting really expensive, like over $200 a month. And so we started looking at streaming services, and we switched to YouTube TV, and then we had Netflix and Hulu. Those are the other primarily kind of platform-based streaming services. PureFlix, and then we have some add-ons to those. Oh, and Disney Plus. So YouTube TV, Netflix, PureFlix, Hulu, Disney Plus, and then in Hulu we have the HBO Max and Stars packages. So within the streaming platforms, you can have other add-ons that you can put in. And I think it's half the cost. I think we're just over $100 for all of those. It's half the cost of what cable used to be. Now, there's a couple kind of nuances here. Is like we usually have NFL ticket and the Major League Baseball subscriptions. You don't have to have cable to be able to get those. Both of those you can actually order directly through the parent websites. So the MLB subscription, you don't need to have um, DirecTV or Dish or any of those things. You can get it straight through the website. So look for options like that. You might be able to get it through the streaming services like YouTube or Hulu. But look into ditching cable. Cut the cord, as they say, and switch over to these streaming services. We don't watch a ton of TV, but it's way more than what we need. So that's tip number 3. Number 4, this is a little controversial. We were joking about this before I started filming. Look for reusable things that you can use, and there's a couple specific ones here. Napkins and paper towels. Ditch the paper towels and go to like cloth towels. It's a little bit of an adjustment at first, but once you switch to it, it works really well. My wife takes really old rags that we have and she'll cut them up into small quarters, and then we make our own disinfecting solution. You can take distilled alcohol and mix it with essential oils, and it smells nice. And we just have a jar on the counter that has all these little rags in it that we use for like wiping things down. So instead of buying Clorox wipes, we just reuse these, and you wash them and you add the solution in. Works really well. Paper towels we kind of ditched, and we just have cloth towels. We do cloth diapers for the little ones. We don't do entirely cloth diapers. It's more when we're home. When we go places, we'll still use disposable diapers, but that's a good way to save. And also, stop using paper plates. I don't know if you realize it, but paper plates get really, really expensive. So that's an option to save money. And most controversial of all, it's a thing, reusable toilet paper. I don't know much about it. I know it's a thing. I'm not super interested in it, but you might be. That's an option. The other thing you can do, and genuinely, is get a bidet instead of using toilet paper. It cleans your tush nice and shiny, and then all you have to do is dry yourself off, and it's great. Yeah, that's an option. So that's number 4. Number 5, and this might not work well for everyone, but just going through the tips. Number 5 is stop taking your vehicles to the dealerships for maintenance, especially simple things like oil changes, tire rotations, things like that. Dealerships will charge you $40, $50, $60. If you got a big diesel truck like my work truck is, you might be spending over $100 for an oil change. Find a local mechanic that you trust that has good reviews, and see if you can save some money there. Even some of your big ticket items, replacing an alternator, CV axles. Some of those things are kind of involved, but they're not super complicated. And so finding a good, reliable mechanic that knows how to do all the basics, you could probably save yourself a couple $100 a repair by doing that. The other option is do it yourself. A lot of these things, changing oil, rotating tires, replacing brake shoes. There's tons of good videos on YouTube, tutorials that'll show you how to do it. And if you're so inclined, you can buy some basic hand tools, and it's pretty easy to do. Or again, going back to the sharing with your neighbors, there's got to be somebody within a quarter mile of you that that has most of the tools to do most of these repairs. So there's an option. That's my 5 tips. So interview, share things amongst neighbors, like trampoline and a pool, or power tools, and just share the cost with them. Number 2, shop around for insurance. Number 3 was ditch cable and get some streaming services. Number 4 was reusable items like napkins, paper towels, diapers, and maybe even a bidet. And number 5 was stop taking your vehicles to the dealership for maintenance. Find a local mechanic you can trust, or learn how to do it yourself. Thanks for tuning in, guys. I hope you like my tie. I hope you like my jokes. I hope you like my cup. My sound effects. Oh my gosh. Like, Subscribe, hit the notification bell. That's super important so you see all these fantastic videos. What do you guys think about my production quality? I got lights, got a professional camera, I have a cinematographer. There's a dog there that's dreaming. I don't know if you can hear her. Up in the production quality for sure. I mean, I'm wearing a tie, nothing else. Thanks, guys, for tuning in. Look for the next one, part 3 to come. See you later.